hate queuing. Even Singaporeans will admit, like, we're not good at eye contact, right? Left yeah, next left. This one, yeah, the next left. Next one Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I feel like I haven't sat down with you guys for ages. I feel like I've been doing a lot of vlogs lately and just like videos on the go, so it's quite nice just to sit down and do a sit down video with you guys. So in today's video I'm going to talk about some interesting and kind of quirky things that I've noticed Singaporeans do. If you are new here to my channel, my name is Georgia, hello. And I've been living in Singapore for almost 3.5 years now, so I've been able to observe Singaporeans, I suppose, and kind of pick up on these quirky or strange little things. I thought it'd be funny to share them today with you guys in a video. Every country has their own little quirks and things that people do, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't take it too seriously, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is choping, chop, and I've spoken about this quite a lot. Singaporeans like to reserve, say, tables at a hawker centre by putting a packet of tissues on the table, so that kind of reserves it. It means that no one else can take the table because someone has reserved it. I would say in Europe we have a very similar thing. So as you guys probably know, the Western world compared to Asia, we really love to sunbathe. We really like to lie out in the sun. So when we go on summer holidays, something that Europeans will usually do is reserve sunbeds with towels. So say you wake up in the morning on holiday, you would run to the pool and put your towel down on a sunbed, and that kind of reserves the sunbed for the day and no one else can use it. So I thought it was kind of funny to share that we have a similar kind of thing in Europe. So yeah, I guess we're both a bit strange and do these weird things. We like to reserve things and make sure no one else takes them. But I would say in Singapore it is very unique to reserve your dinner table with a packet of tissues. Okay, another thing is ending sentences with the word one. When I first moved here, I was hearing a lot of people saying like, can one, confirm one, and I'd just be like, one what? Like, I don't understand why you're saying one at the end of every sentence, or she's very like that one. The meaning of using one at the end of sentences and why it is used, I see it again as more like an emphasis. So why like that one would be like, why is this the case? But I still don't understand why the one is needed. Does that make sense? Maybe you guys can let me know. Okay, next is queuing, and as a lot of people know, Singaporeans are meant to be very kiasu, which is like a fear of missing out. So if there's a good deal or sale or something worth queuing for, people will join the queue and they want to get involved and they want to find out what it is, especially if it's free stuff, that kind of thing. Singaporeans love to queue for that. There will always be long lines and queues for restaurants. Now back home it's not really a thing. Like, you may have a little queue, but there's no way that you'll be literally queuing out the door for a restaurant. But I do think it's very common just in Asia in general. Like if you go to Japan, it'd be the same thing. Like there'll be long queues for restaurants, and it's the same for Singapore. So I will admit we have queued quite a few times for maybe 35 minutes for a hawker stall, and I hate queuing. Like, I really don't enjoy queuing, but I just don't have the patience for it. But let me know if you guys will queue for a restaurant. How long will you guys queue for? Because I just don't have the patience. I think 30 minutes is a long time to wait, but it has just kind of become the norm here, especially if it's a really well-known restaurant and you know that the food is amazing. Sometimes it is just worth queuing for. Touched on this one briefly, but avoiding the priority seat on the MRT is a big thing, and sometimes I find it quite strange that people just avoid it like the plague. Like a lot of you have kindly mentioned to me, you explained why. Apparently the media will scrutinize you sometimes, or like take a picture of you if you sit on the priority seat and there's like someone elderly waiting to take the seat. But like I've mentioned, I sit on the seat if there's no one elderly and if there's no one in need of a priority seat. But as soon as someone comes on board that is either elderly or has kids or whatever, you should offer their seat to them, just out of, you know, it's polite. And the same is in the UK on the London Underground. We would do the same thing, but it is this weird thing in Singapore that you have to avoid the seat like the plague. But I think you guys are fine. If you sit on it and there's no one else that needs it, it's totally fine. Another thing is I really want to know if you guys are Singaporean and you have the same problem. So I always thought it's because I'm a foreigner, but when I get into a taxi, I literally have to say where I'm going maybe 3 times, like triple confirm where I need to go. So I'll say where I'm going, the taxi uncle will reply, and I'll say yes, and he'll say it again, and then I'll have to say it one more time, and then he says it again. And it's also the same if, say I say, can you please take the next left? So I say, can you take the next left please? Left, yeah, next left. This one, yeah, the next left. Next one, no, this this left that's coming, and it's always this back and forth. It makes me laugh so much. I think it's really endearing, but I wonder if it's because I'm a foreigner or if you guys have the same experience. Let me know. But yeah, it's always like this triple confirming what you're saying to a taxi uncle, but I find it really funny. Talking of taxis, this one is kind of annoying. There's this weird thing amongst taxi drivers where they accelerate and then slow down, and they accelerate and they slow down, they accelerate, so their foot is on the pedal like this, and I just don't understand it. I don't understand why you don't just keep accelerating, but they keep stopping and accelerating and stopping. I find it so strange. I don't know if it's just the way they were taught to drive, like the older generation, because I've been in cars with a lot of like younger Singaporeans, and they don't drive that way, so it seems to be a common thing amongst taxi drivers. But it makes a lot of people feel car sick as well, because you're literally like, ooh. So again, if any of you guys know the reason for that, let me know. This is like a well-known thing in Singapore. Even Singaporeans will admit, like, we're not good at eye contact, right? And I'm like, no, like, I don't know why you can't just look me in the eye. I do find Singaporeans can be a lot more, not shy, but harder to make conversation with sometimes. I think they can be kind of standoffish, but so I think the eye contact thing comes into play with that. I guess that's just a confidence thing, but yeah, sometimes you really can't, you're talking to someone but they just can't make eye contact with you. Another thing I have, again, I think this is a Asia thing, this definitely happens in like Japan as well, is when you go to a restaurant and there may not be enough seats for everyone, so the waiter will come over to you and ask if this couple waiting to be seated could sit on your table. I always find that so strange because it's so intimate, and you're asking to be seated with two people you have no idea who they are, but they're asking if they can sit on the same table as you to eat their dinner. And as like a British person, that was very strange to me, because that's not something that would ever happen back home, apart from in Wagamamas. If you know Wagamamas, you know Wagamamas. Again, that's an Asian cuisine. So, but for me, I find it, one, really strange because I don't know them, but two, it makes me like not want to carry on my conversation with my friend or whoever I'm with, because I'm so close to strangers that they can hear what I'm saying. So I find it really uncomfortable sometimes. And the same if they asked to put us on someone else's table, I would just say no. Like, it happened to me the other week and I was just like, no, don't worry, because I think it can be quite intrusive sometimes, but I understand it's a culture thing as well. Let me know if you guys don't mind being sat with strangers, if you think it's fine, or does it make you feel a bit uncomfortable when like you can't be yourself? I'd be really interested to know. Okay, another one. I've experienced this quite a few times now. This may not be the case, so you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I find that Singaporeans don't mind sharing the same utensils, even if you don't know the person that well. Okay, so my first example of this was when I first started my job here. A colleague had bought ice cream and she was going around the office offering everyone ice cream, but everyone was using the same spoon. And like, not everyone knew each other. This girl was new at the time as well, but everyone was taking a bit of ice cream, passing it along the office, but using the same spoon. And I was just like, oh, I don't really want to use the same spoon, you know. I don't really know everyone that well. So in the UK, to us it would be like an unhygienic thing to do, and it would just be kind of gross, like you wouldn't do it. But so that was my first experience of it, but I've experienced that so many more times over the years. And even in like, I think I was watching like a Smart Local video, they did like a food review, and the two guys were still using the same like spoon and fork, like they were just sharing it. Let me know if that is true. I've seen it happen a lot. Okay guys, so that is where I'm gonna wrap the video up. I really hope you enjoyed this video and hearing my observations. As always, I want you to comment below, let me know your thoughts on each of these things. I'm always interested to know your thoughts. If you are new to my channel, I would love you to subscribe, hit that big red button below, join the family, and be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and hearing my thoughts. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.